Hi, my name is Jeremy. I am working here at the Ark today, the Ark Encounter, and I am here with Tim. He is the content manager for the attractions, which include the Ark Encounter and also the Creation Museum. And we are here to give you a flood of answers today regarding Ark Signs. So what does that mean, Tim?
Well, Jeremy, a lot of people have come to the Ark Encounter, and they've tried to get pictures of all the different signs because they say there's too much for me to read while I'm here just in one day, or I've got kids that I'm bringing along, and how can I read everything when my kid wants to go play on something else, and I can't take the time to do everything. So they try to take pictures, but sometimes there's big crowds and they can't get a shot of it. So they said, do you have a book that has all of these signs in there? Well, up until the last week we didn't, but now we do. So this is the Ark Signs book that teach a flood of answers. There we go. So that is now available in our bookstore, and what we're going to do is walk you through some of the exhibits to show you what this book is like, so people can get a good feel for it. So right from the start, I'll say that it doesn't cover every single sign in the Ark, because then we'd have about a 250-page book.
Right.
So what we decided to do is take all of the main teaching exhibits rather than the themed ones. So like the living quarters, there's not a whole lot of signage. It's mostly just what would their life have been like on the Ark, and some of that's just artistic license. A lot of it is we don't know for sure what it would have been like, and so we didn't include that. But the ones where we're teaching a lot of information, those are the ones that we focused on in this book.
Right. So if you're here coming to the Ark Encounter and you only can come for a few hours and you're not going to be able to read everything, or even if you do come and read everything, either way, you have this book available to you to be able to catch up on everything that you missed or remind you what you already read. So it's a great advantage here, and we'll be posting a link in the comments so you can go for the product page and learn more about it and also purchase it. So Tim, take it away.
All right, well, let me walk you through a few of these. We do have our animal kinds out here. We're on the second deck of the Ark. The reason we're starting here is because the Ark is just opening up, and we didn't want to be having the crowds go by and talking and asking questions while we're doing this. So we're going to try to stay ahead of the crowd today, but we'll see if they catch up to us by the time we're done. So we have animal kinds, and each of these, there's signs for each of the animals identifying what kind that is. So we have the giraffe kind and the horse kind, and we've got the rhinoceros kind over here. And you can see on the giraffe and the rhinoceros, we've got extra teaching signs that deal with questions that people have. For example, on our giraffe kind, why is the giraffe's neck so short? And if you read that, you can find out the answer. I can tell you it's because the giraffe and the okapi are part of the same kind, and there's other giraffids that we find in the fossil record. This one is built on Chancetherium, so they would have looked more like this as far as their build. We don't know exactly what the coat pattern would have been like, so that's why we made these the way we did. And even with the rhinoceros kind, we have a question about whether or not Noah brought unicorns on the Ark, which is a popular one for skeptics, but because of the way the King James Bible and some others use the word unicorn, and people think white horse with a horn on its head. But if you replace that word with rhinoceros, it fits perfectly every single time, and actually that is what rhinos were called at one time, unicorns. So it makes good sense. So we have those signs in the book, and I'll show you what that looks like. So here you can see the rhinoceros kind sign that we have in the Ark. And here we have the word unicorns on the Ark. So all of that information is available in this book. Now when we move into the animal kinds exhibit, some of the signs don't look, they're not made to fit into a book. I mean, they were made to fit on a wall like this, and so the designers didn't design the signs and say, hey, someday can we put this on a page that's 8.5 by 11? So the publisher had to be a little bit creative in how they put this sign together, and I'll show you what that looks like. To make sure that you get all the information and we're not just cutting some of it out. So you can see here that the image is still there, but some of the wording where you might find it way over on the right side it's not going to fit in there. So the one with the big number 34,000, you can see that down here, and so the text gets moved around and enlarged a little bit in some places so you can see it. This sign over here doesn't appear on this page, but it is on the very next page. So you still get the same information there. And then when we move into the next exhibit, or the next bay of the exhibit, you have the same sort of thing. So since these pages don't always lay out, or the signs don't always lay out exactly as they should on a page, they get rearranged a little bit. So you still get all the information, you still get the artwork that people like to see, and you can learn what it is that we're trying to teach in these exhibits.